We are here to affirm the shared values between the United States and Taiwan, a commitment to democracy, a commitment to freedom.
A commitment shown in the form of economic, technological, but more importantly, military cooperation between Washington and Taipei.
Taiwan and the United States continue to bolster military exchanges. Taiwan will cooperate even more actively with the US and other democratic partners to confront global challenges such as authoritarian expansionism and climate change.
It comes as no surprise that the visit sparked anger from China, who considers Taiwan to be part of its territory and opposes any exchanges with the US.
This Taiwan independence provocation from the Democratic Progressive Party authorities will not change the fact that Taiwan is part of China, will not shake the structure under which the international community universally upholds the One China principle, and cannot change the inevitable broader trend towards Chinese unification.
In the past, China has responded to foreign visits with large-scale military exercises seen by some as a rehearsal for a blockade or invasion. The status of the island remains an extremely sensitive topic between Washington and Beijing, at a time where tensions between both countries are already high over suspected spy balloons and the war in Ukraine.
The foreign minister has said, and I'm quoting, "Stop touting Ukraine today, Taiwan tomorrow." But my question is, why not? Let's just have a look at the similarities here. Russia and China are both authoritarian states. Both have been targeting their weaker neighbors, claiming them as a crucial part of their territories. Both the countries also challenge the US-led international order. In fact, Beijing plans to unveil a peace proposal in the coming days. It is called the Global Security Initiative. And through this, China aims to paint itself as a responsible major power. It wants to provide an alternative to America's model of military alliances. The same alliances that protect countries like Ukraine and Taiwan. China has repeatedly threatened to use force against Taiwan. It has increased the military activity in the seas and the airspace around the island. Tensions have escalated over the last year. And one of the biggest examples was the US House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's visit to Taiwan last year. China was angered by America's support for the island. And right after Pelosi's visit, it launched war games across the Taiwan Strait. Missiles were fired, drones were flown, Chinese warships sailed across the median line of the strait. The last time China did something like this was ahead of the 1996 Taiwanese presidential election. China has historically drawn red lines as far as Taiwan is concerned. It has time and again warned that it reserves the right to attack the island under these conditions. Number one, if a third party stations forces in Taiwan. Number two, if the island develops nuclear weapons. And lastly, if Taipei declares independence or postpones unification negotiations with China indefinitely. China is aggressively possessive as far as Taiwan is concerned, and it does not react well to any possible threat to the One China policy. This is what Wang Yi said at the Munich Security Conference. I'm quoting, "It was never a country and it will absolutely not be a country as well. That is the true reality of the Taiwan issue." Now, this is how China views Taiwan. Why does it want people to stop drawing parallels with Ukraine then? Because when Russia invaded Ukraine almost a year ago, the move sent alarm bells ringing. Experts and lawmakers were almost sure that the Ukraine war would embolden China to act on its long-standing threat to Taiwan. And those alarm bells, by the way, are still ringing, even though China is reluctant to agree with it. As I told you yesterday, the war is between Ukraine and Russia on the ground. But diplomatically, it has moved on way beyond that. Biden, remember, was in Kiev to show his support. And now China's top diplomat, Wang Yi's visit to Moscow has been raising a lot of concern, which leads me to this question. What's in it for China? Why is it interested in the Ukraine war? Ever since Russia invaded Ukraine, analysts have been pointing fingers at Beijing. Its intentions towards Taiwan have been under the microscope. And now China has urged the world to stop drawing parallels. The foreign minister has said, and I'm quoting, "Stop touting Ukraine today, Taiwan tomorrow."